Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. So I don't think I've read for you before, so I'd like to give a little speech. I see, hear, feel, sense, know. They talk to me, but they also show me pictures, and I call it spiritual charades. So I describe the picture the best I can. They never waste a message. There's always a reason for whatever they show, or say. So if it doesn't make any sense now, keep it in mind. You'll either see it later, remember it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later and go, "Oh, I know what he's talking about." So, forgot my speech. So anyway, they don't give me all the details because the details are none of my business. They'll give me enough so that you should know what they're referring to. And sometimes you got to think outside the box a little bit. We just communicate the best way we can. It's not an exact science, but they usually do a pretty good job. They don't answer all the questions always. I can't make them. It's their show. I let them do what they feel like they need to say. And I hear him saying, "I love you, I 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 love you." I just So we're going to see what Andy has to say. Okay, he's showing me himself. Even if he wasn't buried, he's just showing me in a cemetery at a tombstone. He is on the ground. And he's on his hands and knees, and he's beating the ground with his fist, going, "Dumbass, you dumbass, you dumbass, you dumbass." I think he's talking about himself. He's calling himself a dumbass. Why did you do that? You should have known better. I don't know if this is for sure himself, his own grave, or like I said, even if he isn't buried, that physical part doesn't matter. It's the thing he's showing me. They don't ever waste a message. He says he should have listened, and he's pointing up, like maybe he's talking about a grandmother. There was a grandmother that he heard before he left. I always say grandmother type figure because the little lady next door can feel more like a grandmother feeling than your real grandmother across the country that you hardly know. So, grandmother type figure, elderly. She was already gone. He heard her right before he left, telling him don't. So I'm not sure. I don't even know how he left. I've asked them not to show me how they pass because some of them were so horrific and so crystal clear that it bothered me too much. So once in a while they will. He's showing me a gun, a pistol. Right before he left, he heard this grandmother type figure yelling at him, "Don't." And she even went like this, "Please don't." Nothing will come from this. Everything will be okay. And he went like this, like, "Shut up." You're too hard on yourself. This is her talking to him. So he's showing what happened. You're not listening to me. Then there was also a man that walked up in that's up there, older, but maybe not as old as the grandmother type figure, dressed nicely in a suit. But he looks older, so maybe he wasn't as old as the grandmother type figure when he passed. He's not showing me that he said anything. So we've got the grandmother pretty much on her knees. We've got this man, feels like a grandfather type figure, but I don't feel the relationship real strong. So I'm not going to say grandfather for sure. I know it sounds a little vague, but I won't make anything fit. Anyway, the man is very strong, looks businesslike. He doesn't show that he said anything, but he made his presence known with his strength. He says, "What do you?" Oh, the man did say, "What are you doing? You're not listening to us." So he obviously had some kind of a intuition, a knowing, a little bit of psychic stuff going on there. You know, I always worry about people if they go, you're schizophrenic. You know, you hear voices. I hear voices. Some people just don't accept some of it. Some of that's real, some of it's not. It just depends on the situation and the person. And I don't know why he's showing this. It's their show. I let them do or say whatever they want within reason. But he's showing himself still at this in this cemetery. They're still showing themselves there. And he rolls over and he's on his back and he's all relaxed, got his legs kind of crossed, hands behind his head, and he's like peaceful, at peace, looking at the clouds and the sky and the sun and the moon. So we're showing different times of day now. And he's just at peace, totally at peace. Then he rolls over on his right side, and he's got his head propped up like this, laying on his side, and he waves. How y'all doing? Got a big smile on his face. And he jumps up and takes off. Not sure if he was just trying to show different elements of what was going on or for sure what that was for, but it's his show. He can do what he wants. There's a now, well, you're changing it. Here, now make up your mind. He showed a little girl with long hair that has like curls, like, and it looks like ringlets, kind of like you would make with a curling iron. A lot of hair, blonde hair. Then he showed this girl older, like older, like I don't know where he's going with this. He's not saying, and now he's making it too dim. All right, he's saying one of you, it could be more than one. He's got like what looks like a work boot on, and he stomps it on the floor really hard. Like just one stomp, stomp. And then he picks his foot up real high and he does it again with great force, stomp. So you're probably not going to hear it like if I did that with a big work boot and stomp, but he's showing that he's making great effort to do this. So it's probably going to not be a very loud noise. So just imagine what that kind of sound would be like, but maybe not. He's trying very hard. So you could hear it. I don't know which one of you that's for. It says you, so it's evidently it's in your house. Usually it's not when you're in the same room. I don't know why. Usually it's like let's say in the living room and you walk into the kitchen and then you hear it. And okay, he says the refrigerator too. He's showing the refrigerator door open. And it's just open. Like, and nobody's standing there. So sometimes your refrigerator is going to open. It might just be a little bit, it may not be wide open. That you'll go, one of them damn kids, left the refrigerator open. Maybe not. Don't yell at them too quick. And I know here lately, they've done it to me a couple times where I know my refrigerator's shut, but I'm sitting in my dining room and I can hear it in the kitchen. I can hear it shut. So it could be you'll hear the sound of it opening or shutting. He says, how come you don't have any Diet Pop? Why are you out of Diet Pop? Well, he actually said Diet Pepsi, but it could be any Diet Pop. I drink Pepsi, so he could just be referring to something that I drink. To get his point across. When I asked him about children, he said yes. And he showed me a young girl with long, straight, blonde hair. Not the same girl that I just saw. Now, I stink at names, so do not hold me to the name. That's one of the things I just don't get very well. I see the name Alice. Alice. So it could be, but don't hold the name. I'm going to say it anyway. It could be just a female with an A name. The blonde girl has a daughter. Now he's showing me the little girl with long curly hair again, blonde. So maybe that's what he was trying to show me. Maybe he was trying to show me the little girl with blonde hair and the mom has blonde hair. I couldn't figure out where he was going with that. She knows. The mom knows. Shh. It's a secret. Don't let the cat out of the bag. It's only for you to know. You know her, you know of her. Don't make waves, don't ruffle the water. I am keeping an eye on them. I am protecting them. It will all turn out okay. Watch from a distance, at least for now. And he plays with this little girl. He's showing a, wait a minute, maybe it's not this little girl. Crap, I can't tell for sure. He's not giving me a clear enough picture of the child. A black and white teddy bear, or a really dark and white teddy bear. Just a little stuffed teddy bear. And he's playing with, I think it's a different girl, a younger child, maybe, a young child anyway. And he actually picks the teddy bear up in front of this child as it's sitting like on its bedroom floor, a young girl, and plays with this child. And I tell everybody, little kids and animals, at least dogs and cats, can see them, hear them, play with them, and you hear them talk about their imaginary friends. So if you know this child and you hear this child giggling in the other room and babbling at when you think nobody's in there and you think they're just talking to themselves, just listen. Don't prod, don't push, don't ask too many questions. Just listen and see what they're saying, or if they point at something in the room that you don't see, they see it. He's showing me a dog that looks like a German Shepherd, and all he's showing me is the ass end of it, and it's wagging its tail. So whoever has this may not be full-blooded German Shepherd, but German Shepherd type looking dog, and he's saying it's older, and it wags its tail, like looks at the corner of the room and wags its tail, or it could be sitting in the yard and there's nothing out there and it just starts wagging its tail like it sees somebody it knows. It sees him. Now he's showing me the face of the dog. It looks like a German Shepherd. He's calling it Rex. Now here we go again with names. I don't know why they throw names at me because we can't seem to get that straightened out. So he's calling the dog Rex. So I'm going to say it's a male dog with an R name. It'd be nice if we get the names right like we used to. I don't know what happened to that. Anyway. Whoever has the dog, watch it. He's making me think that he always had some kind of a little bit of psychic ability, that he could see and hear some of them like I do. Maybe not as well, maybe just once in a while, maybe like just popping in. He knew better than to say anything because people would think he was crazy. He said they did try to help guide him. They tried to help him scramble his head. And he doesn't look he's not showing that his head was really scrambled up. He says he was confused, but not like I've seen a lot of them where like all the wires were all just messed up in their head. He's not appearing that way, at least not the way he's showing himself. He said he was sad inside. Like he couldn't find his joy, what his joy should be in life. He says he didn't really feel like he was confused, more like disconnected, more like sitting there and kind of looking around and going, I don't see why I'm supposed to be here. I don't feel connected to any of this. Well, he showed me a picture of myself, like taking a big bottle of alcohol of some kind and just chugging it straight out of the bottle. I don't do that. I do like to have my drink, but and this isn't just a beer. It's like a vodka bottle or something like. I see gin. I don't drink gin. He's showing me doing that, so I'm not sure why he's portraying it this way. It's his show. He says smoke a little smoke, and he's showing drinking like it's straight up. Maybe he did a lot of shots. Maybe he did drink it straight out of the bottle. He said he did before he left. Didn't make me any happier. Didn't help at all. He's saying if he had listened to all those ideas that his guides and his angels and his team and whoever these grandparent type people, if he had listened to all them, he probably could have gone down the right path and figured it out, but he didn't. He didn't trust these voices. And we all have them. We all have them. You can call it your guardian angel or whatever you want to. We all have those little ideas that pop in your head and you go, where'd that come from? Same thing. That's our team trying to help guide us. And I promise you 1,000%, he can hear you, he can see you. Mom, 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 mom. He bends down and gives her a kiss on the cheek. Whoever he calls mom. So and this is my right cheek. That's the one he's showing me. Doesn't have to be the right one. Sometimes it's exact, sometimes it's not. But when he does that, she should feel like a warmth in that spot, a tingling, like a bug crawling or a hair that you can't get off, or sometimes when they're really trying to get my attention, like the other day, it was like pins sticking me, and I go, well, who's doing that? Why are you doing that? And then I got one more pin prick, and it was right. I have a tattoo on my ankle that my friend that killed himself. I got one stuck right in the tattoo, and it hurt like hell because he was trying so hard to get my attention. So that let me know who it was. So sometimes if they do anything that hurts, just tell them, yeah, that's a little tough, but I know that's you. I love you. Validate him, acknowledge him, and tell him you love him and ask him to bring you more and tell him it's okay to do it. He said he doesn't want to scare anybody. He says, but he gets it now. He gets it now what he didn't get before. He said it's pretty cool. When I asked him what the exact reason was that he left or how he left, he's going, nope, nope, no, saying no. I don't really know. No. And he's shown himself like hitting himself in the head with a hammer. Not sure what he's signifying with that. It's like taking a hammer and just smacking himself, like not getting it. Then there's a joke he's making me. It's not really a joke. He's making me think of what is it about hitting yourself with a hammer? You know, because it feels so good when you stop. I don't remember how we lead up. Shouldn't tell that one. It feels so good when you stop. We used to say it all the time, and I can't remember the whole thing. Sorry. He says, "Be safe. Be careful. Cough like this. Cough like this. Stay the hell away from them." I don't know who them is, but he's showing outside your house. I don't know if he's just talking about in the public with all the corona shit going on. It's almost like there's like 4 or 5 people, a certain group of people. Stay the hell away from them. So he's giving you some kind of warning. Keep your babies safe. And he's showing like he's hovering around them, hovering over them, like blocking. Now, I'm not going to say take them out in public and just put them in the middle of people because he's going to protect them, but like protecting them from getting this. Like if they want to run one way or go do something, he's nudging them to go back a different way because there might not be a good spot to go, might be contaminated. That's just the feeling he's giving me. So I don't know if I already said it, but I know that 1,000% he can hear you, he can see you, talk to him, asking for things. What was he good at? Ask him to help you with that. Ask him to show you. Ask him for signs. Tell him he's welcome in your home if that's what you want. And then you have to allow and be open to it, and you'll start seeing things. Anything when something happens, if there's a fridge opens or whatever happens, the first person that pops in your head is usually who it is. That's the way it works. He says, know that I love you all, and I am very sorry. I'm sorry I brought this pain to your world. It could have been better. That was up to me. Not you, you, or you. Pointing at somebody in the background. So I'm not sure who all those yous are, but he means everybody. He said it was totally up to me to feel better. I just couldn't see the sun shining. I sing that song. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I don't know what song that is. But It's okay, everything happens for a reason. Find the reason in this. He doesn't mean the reason that he did it. Find the reason that this type of event happened. What's a silver lining? The worst thing in the world, there's still a silver lining. There's still something that you're supposed to learn from it. The lesson, we're here to learn lessons. The ones that kick us in the ass the hardest are the ones we learn the fastest from and remember. The little simple lessons we go, yeah, move on. It's the ones that hurt the most that we learn the most from. And know that I love you guys. Each and every one of you, and then he goes like this. And then he comes over and he puts his face right up here in the computer and he goes, and I can see you. And I'm looking at you right now. This camera's really shitty, so I keep waiting for somebody to see it, so I don't think it's going to work on this camera. When we do paranormal investigating, you know, we take our cameras and we get orbs and all kinds of things that we don't see with our eyes. I usually see them, but other people don't. So sometimes there'll be like a little, the energy, because we're pure energy when we leave. We don't have this heavy body to weigh us down, even though they come through looking like they did here to show who they are. Anyway, I can't even get my hand in the right spot. And nobody seems to see it, so I think it's just my shitty camera. It should be like wavy lines, or even something just a little different as far as, you won't see the face, but like something a little different in the waves on there. I don't know, better quit saying that because I don't think this camera's going to do it. Anyway, sorry for the delay. Wow, things have been crazy in my house for the last couple of weeks, as everybody else. So I got a little backed up. Anyway, my husband was humming my way. It's hard to work with him here. So now that he is around, tell him he's welcome. Tell him it's okay. Ask him to bring you signs. And then just kind of be open and just kind of watch what happens around you. A lot of times if something happens and you think, oh, was that him in the house? Did he make that noise? There might be another validation. Like you might look out the window and see a vehicle like his driving by, or anything that's something associated with him. Or you might hear his name on the TV. You know, something might be on the TV or Facebook or whatever. At the same time that happens, a lot of times it works that way because that's their validation. He says, okay, I love you all. And he's walking away with a bouquet of yellow daffodils. He's taking them with him instead of bringing them in like they do sometimes. I don't know if somebody's recently given him some yellow daffodils, or at least they could be white, but they look yellow. They look like they have a little color to them. Okay, my dear. He's waving, turns around and he waves, and he's still holding this bouquet. And he says, I want you to all know that I'm fine. I am fine. I have peace. Nothing but pure love. And when we go up there, they're still here with us in a way, and you know you're not holding him here. He can go anywhere he wants. They all the crap from Earth, they strip it off of you, kind of like peeling an onion, and until you get lighter and lighter, and your vibration gets higher and higher, and they pull all the Earth crap off of you until you don't have all those negative feelings anymore. Anyway, much love to you, my dear. Thank you for being patient. I was going to say something else, who knows. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. See you later. Thank you. Don't forget to pay it forward, he says. I say that all the time. Much love to you.